I just got given this abandoned Corsa C free of charge. Now, I accepted this car knowing that anything that I would make would be profit. But now that it's here, I'm worried that I've bitten off more than I can chew and that this car is unrepairable.
So I began this series with the goal of buying my dream daily, an F87 M2, and I've got to raise around £20,000 to buy this car outright. So the whole idea of this series is buying cars that are a bit unloved and have bad adverts online, buying them, cleaning them up and re-advertising them to see if by simply making a little bit of effort, I could make a profit. In the last video, I bought this Mark 6 Fiesta and this is how much profit we made.
Okay, so the M2 fund is currently at £959. I listed the Fiesta for £1,200 and I didn't have a single message for 2 weeks, so I did have to drop the price, and in the end I sold the Fiesta for £1,000. So it cost me £750 for the actual car, £55 for the new bonnet, and £5 in car mats. So the car owes me £810, meaning that the profit I made was £190, meaning that the total towards the M2 fund is £1,149. I didn't make as much as I wanted on the Fiesta, but that is all just part of this series. I don't think I'm doing too bad so far. So like I say, this car was completely free. Someone locally reached out to me and offered me this car for nothing. It even got recovered to my house. They lived about 5 minutes away and the car is now with me. It has been abandoned for a year and I now wish that I'd asked questions about the state of this car. One, it has no MOT. Secondly, it looks like it has been abandoned for a lot longer than a year. And 3, I'm worried that the repairs are not worth making for the profit on this car. But before I decide what I'm actually going to do with this car, let's have a look around and see what you guys think. I don't even know if this car is worth saving. It is an absolute shed. The interior is disgusting, the exterior is disgusting, and I'm just not sure for the age of this car that it's going to be worth doing up and selling. As far as I'm aware, this car also doesn't start currently, and I have no idea what else it would take to get this car through an MOT. So like I say, this car was free, so whatever I decide to do with it, I will still be making a profit either way. So let's have a quick look around it. So as you can see, it is just generally filthy. We've got lots of moss. We've got more moss. We have got very rusty windscreen wipers. We are missing a wheel trim. This is hanging off. The exterior isn't really bad. It just needs a really good clean. As you can see, it's obviously just been sat for a very long time, and there is a bit of damage to this rear bumper. All the paint is coming off, but that is about it for the exterior. If you go into the interior here, this sill actually looks really quite rusty, and I don't know what it looks like underneath here, but obviously it's already coming through here and it's eating away at whatever this is. So yeah, I think this might be an issue as well. Now, interior wise, it is literally just filthy. This car is probably one of the worst cars I've ever seen. I think this is actually worse than the Ibiza, if I'm honest. There's these stickers everywhere. I think these are off McDonald's coffee cups. It is just, the seat's damaged here. It is just absolutely disgusting. As you can see, there is just dirt everywhere. There's all these stickers on the middle here as well. And the passenger side is really where it gets worse. That is pure thick mould. It's all over the car on this side. There is rubbish everywhere. The back of the car is literally no better. There is rubbish everywhere. I don't actually think you can tell on camera just quite how bad it is. It is like a million times worse in person, and the car smells horrible. Now, not only does this car need a lot of work on the interior and the exterior, it also doesn't have an MOT, and I'm not sure what this car is going to need to get it passed. Now, as you know, I got this Corsa sight unseen, but luckily I did have a peace of mind when doing this, and that is thanks to CarVertical. So throughout this series, I am trying to save my money so that I can gain more profit. And CarVertical helps that because I always do a used car check before even considering a car. Now, CarVertical is simple. Simply type in the reg or the VIN number that you're interested in and simply search. You can find out important information such as if your car has ever been stolen, written off, if there are any mileage rollbacks, and if there is any outstanding finance. As you can see here, the Corsa is completely clear. Everything is green, which is what you want to see when looking to buy a used car. And this one is not what you want to be seeing. As you can clearly see, this car has been involved in an accident. And without these checks, you might not know that information and either overpay for the car or lose money in the long run and struggle to sell. CarVertical checks over 25 different countries and processes data from over 900 different data sources, which personally for me gives me a complete peace of mind. If you, like me, want to buy a car without a sketchy past, you can check out CarVertical using the link in the description or the pinned comment, and you can even save yourself even more money by using code Georgia for 20% off. Let's carry on with the Corsa. So, first job of the day, let's see whether this car will start. You can also see what kind of car this is from the key. Let's see if it'll start, and then we can go from there. No. Completely dead. Not even the ignition. Completely dead. That is a brilliant start. Now, I genuinely didn't know about any of these problems, and I am a little bit worried that it's going to either cost me so much money to sort that it's not worth it, or I'm just not going to fix it and get rid of it for cheap. Either way, I will make profit because the car was completely free. I wouldn't be happy if I paid for this car, but let's go and jump start the car and see if it'll start, see what the engine sounds like, check if there's any oil. So let's jump out the car, jump start it before I catch an actual disease in here. My mechanic's gonna start the car now. Stop it, come on.
I'm not gonna. You're starting it. I'm just making.
Yeah, you can press the button.
Ready?
No. I don't want to get in.
I'm gonna end up with a freaking conrod through me face.
I'll leave it in gear. Right. Do I need to put the key in? Oh yeah.
No, just leave it. Put it on passenger seat.
Shut up. Right, go on.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Nothing.
Ready?
Hmm.
What have you done?
Oh my goodness.
A V6.
It's dead.
Well, we knew that a long time ago.
Oh.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Hold on. Go.
Right, it's gonna die if not. Oh dear. We've got a warning light on the dash. Right, is it gonna die?
It is literally.
Oh, it's gonna. The lights are going. It's gonna go. I
I think the battery is well and truly had it.
think we had an engine light then as well. No, don't go. Right, I think a new battery is on the car. The lights are flickering.
You've got your headlights on. Turn them off.
Hold on. Right.
Hold on. Come here.
The headlights turn the engine off.
No, I took the pack off.
Oh.
I'm going to assume this battery's literally got nothing in it.
It looks a bit old.
Yeah, 3 volts. In fact, Yeah, 3 volts. Yeah, that's done for, unfortunately.
Right, time for a new battery then.
I'd say so. I think that'd fix a lot of the problems. To be fair, because a battery can be the source of loads of issues, but it could do with an oil change.
Yeah.
It sounds really rough. Like it sounds like there's sand in the engine. Is there even any in it?
Oh. Oh.
Oh no way!
Dear.
Wait.
There's a little bit.
There's no oil in it. That'll
Look
be
how
why
dry it looks.
Oh, that'll be why it sounds so bad.
Oh.
Oh,
What's that? What's wrong with it?
Sludge.
No.
It's because it's not been driven.
Is that bad?
No, mine had it, and then you just start driving, and then it goes away.
I've never seen a car with that.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
There's smoke coming out.
Yeah, it's because you just had it on.
Oh. Okay, next job is a new battery. Okay, the old battery is out, so now I can fit this new one. Okay, we've got the new battery in. So now let's test it. Oh my goodness, it's actually gonna work. Oh my god, it worked. She started first time. Okay, so she is running. We have got this warning light on the dash and nothing else, which I am really surprised at. The engine is extremely tappy and I am a bit worried about that. It is very noisy. Maybe it just needs a service, but it doesn't sound promising. But luckily now it starts with the new battery and there is only one warning light on the dash, which I actually didn't expect. Also, as you can see, this car is on 120,000 miles. So it is quite high mileage for a little Corsa. So this car was actually sold in 2018 for only £850 and it was on 111,000 miles and it hasn't even done much more mileage since then. The engine definitely isn't sounding healthy. It is revving on its own, it's very tappy and I am really concerned about that. But I think for now, whilst we know that there's a couple of problems, I think we should plug this car in and see if there are any current fault codes. Okay, here we go. I'm nervous. Okay, so the only one that's active is camshaft position sensor, bank 1 or single sensor. That is literally minor and all the other ones are just old. Okay, I really wasn't expecting that. I really thought there would be so many more codes. There are 4 that aren't present currently, so they are old codes, and the only one that is left is the camshaft position sensor. And I don't know why I was expecting a lot worse. I suppose the state of the car makes you think that the car's not a good car itself. I also need to figure out why the engine is running the way it is. So I think it definitely needs a good service. It definitely needs a good clean. I think it might be worth seeing if this car will pass an MOT. Okay, so whilst I'm waiting on servicing parts for the Corsa, I'm going to make a start with the interior. But first, I'm just going to spray down that bit of mould and get rid of that before I start working in the car because I really don't fancy getting ill. We'll remove all the rubbish and give it a really good deep clean. So let's get on with that. that is G101, so it will definitely kill all that mould. As you can see, it's actually gone to like a dark colour, so I think that was a spilt drink in there. I just cannot start working on this car unless that mould is gone. Okay, before I tackle this disgusting interior, I've decided that I'm just going to remove these two front seats just to make it a little bit easier, because as you can see, there is so much rubbish in little tight spaces. So I think it would be a lot easier if I took these front seats out. So let's do that, and then we can give it a proper clean and not worry about these being in the way. Okay, we've got one chair out, and I'm actually really glad that I did that, because that is disgusting, and I think I would have missed all that if I didn't take this seat out. So I've decided to make things easier for myself and use the gun instead of struggling. So let's do this seat now. Okay, both seats are now out, and I am so glad that I did this. This is just absolutely disgusting. I actually don't know how you can drive a car around like this. It makes me feel physically sick. But let's get all the rubbish out, and we can give this car a proper good clean now that the seats are out. Okay, that is all the rubbish removed. I think the next best option is to just give this car a hoover. I don't know where to start, to be honest. It is so disgusting, but I think hoover's the best option to begin with, and we will go from there. Well, that's this side done, and I actually can't believe how well that carpet's come up. There's no marks on the floor really at all the rubbish has come up. So I'm really pleased that I took the seat out now. Now it's time for the other side. Well, I can't quite believe the difference of the carpets already. Obviously the driver's side is going to be worse, and I will put a mat in this side anyway, so the staining doesn't matter too much. It's just a little bit dirty, but overall it has come up really nicely. So obviously the next job is all of this grime in here. It is absolutely filthy, so it needs a good scrub, and then we can pop the seats back in once it's looking a little bit cleaner. I just gave this side a little bit more of a scrub, and it definitely looks a bit better than before. So now it is time to tackle all of the interior. I've done all the door cards. The carpets are lovely and clean. The interior is clean and fresh, and it looks a million times better. Now let's give these a quick hoover and then we can pop them back into the car. And there we have it, both seats are now back here. Like, I actually cannot believe the difference. It looks a million times better. I actually cannot believe the transformation. I am so happy with it so far. The only things that are worrying me still is that engine. I am really concerned about that, but I'm now waiting on service parts. So tomorrow I'm going to service the Corsa, and then I think I'm going to book it in for an MOT. Since I've cleaned it, I've actually got a bit of faith back in the Corsa. Now, if it passes, then I will sell it for profit. If it fails, I'm not going to spend money on it. So we shall see what happens. But for now, we're waiting on parts. So I will catch you tomorrow to service this Corsa. Okay, it is now the next day and we have got everything we need to service the Corsa. So we've got oil filter, and I've also got 4 spark plugs because I am wondering if that is the issue with the engine being quite noisy. So I'm going to put new spark plugs in anyway. It'll do it some good. This all came to £47. So far this whole car's cost me £47. So let's get this car up on the ramps and let's give it a much deserved service. Okay, first job is removing the sun plug and draining the oil. This is like a little Torx bolt. Okay, the oil has drained. That is some very unhealthy looking oil. I dread to think the last time that was changed, and actually not much came out at all, so it definitely is in need of some fresh oil. Next job is oil filter. It is literally right here, so that is so perfect. Let's get this off and get the new one in. There we go, oil filter out. Okay, next job for the Corsa is changing the spark plugs. Now, I have a sneaky feeling that this is actually what's wrong with the car, and fingers crossed it is, because if it is, I think this is actually a good little car from what I can tell so far, and then we can put it through an MOT. Let's change these now and see if they improve the engine noise. That's off. coil pack is out. Now, it just seems to be this one that has quite a bit of oil in there. Okay, let's remove these spark plugs and see how bad they are. Okay, that is the spark plug that has quite a bit of oil in there with it. They are definitely in need of a change. I wonder the last time that these were actually done. It's now time for the new ones, so let's pop the fresh spark plugs in and see what the result is. Okay, 4 new spark plugs back in. I'm going to put the coil pack back in and then we can start the car up and see whether it is running any smoother. Okay, we are all put back together, plugged back in, and it is time for the moment of truth. I'm going to start this car, but first I'm going to show you what the engine sounded like before I did any of this. Let's turn on the engine now and see if it is any different to what it sounded like before. Now, not only does that sound 10 times better than before, the warning light has gone off of the dash. I am so happy. Now, I must admit, it did sound a little bit rough when it first started, but now it is idling, it sounds 10 times better. It literally sounds so much better, and I'm so excited because I thought this car was gonna have to go to the scrapyard. I can't believe it. I know it's a simple fix and everyone probably thought of this, but for me, I'm so happy. I actually thought that it was like over for this car when I first got it. I actually really regretted my decision. £47, the car's running smoothly. I can't believe it. What the hell? So it definitely sounds better than before, but I don't know what else is wrong with this car. This is actually a spare wheel, so I'm going to chuck some other wheels on before we put it through an MOT. The exterior also needs a very good clean before we even attempt an MOT. So that is it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments what you would do with the Corsa, and let me know if you think it's going to pass an MOT. So if you did enjoy today's video, please drop a like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.